What is up, guys, and welcome to an all-new edition of On the Fly. I am your host, Katie DeFeo. We have a lot to talk about today. If you are like me, you are obviously a fan of women's lacrosse. That's why you're here, that's why you're watching this video. We've been blessed this year. We've been blessed in the year of 2021. We had a phenomenal college season. We had the first ever Athletes Unlimited 5-week season. It was amazing to watch, high level, top tier lacrosse. The game of women's lacrosse is in a very good place right now. We all know that. We all witnessed it for the past like 10 months. But if you're like me also, you're probably wondering looking down at your watch where's all the lacrosse? We've become so used to having it on demand all year long. We had a 5-month college season. We went right into AU and now it's kind of like, where is it? We've seen rumblings of fall ball here and there, but now I'm very excited to announce that tomorrow, this video is dropping on a Thursday, tomorrow begins the Team USA Fall Classic. Ladies and gentlemen, lacrosse is back. Women's lacrosse is back. This nice, beautiful fall weekend in October, Team USA, all the girls on Team USA, will travel around from all over the country into Sparks, Maryland, which happens to be only 45 minutes away from where I'm from, which happens to also be where I will be this weekend. I will be there. I am so excited. They are playing BC. I know that they're playing BC, and I know that Charlotte North is going to play on Team USA. So that is going to be very, very, very interesting and very fun to watch. The point of this video is, if you're like me, again, and you're a big fan of women's lacrosse, you will be watching this weekend. But it's my job to tell you what to watch for. It's my job to give you players and storylines and things to watch for. So what I'm going to do in this episode of On the Fly is I'm going to give you 2 college players, because you have to remember, Team USA is not just Athletes Unlimited girls. Team USA goes all the way down to college. We have college girls that play and are trying out for the Team USA team. So I'm going to give you 2 college names, college girls that I'm excited to watch this weekend, and then 2 pros, girls who have been around for a while that are going to be playing for Team USA this weekend that I am very excited to watch. First, the first college girl that I'm excited to watch this weekend is Sam Swart of Syracuse University. Here's why. Sam Swart is a senior at Syracuse. Sam Swart has been on many different variations of the dynasty of Syracuse lacrosse that we know. Most recently, this fall, she has obviously been coached by Kayla Trainer. Sam has been a member of some of those experimental sixes teams for Team US. She's very fast. That's an indication that she is very fast. She's able to play both sides of the ball. I'm very excited to see how she stacks up against this concentrated roster of the top tier players in the world, and what she does against Team Canada, what she does against BC. We've already seen what she can do against BC from last year's playoffs, and I'm sure we'll see it again in this year's playoffs. That ACC is absolutely loaded, but Sam Swart, number 1, most excited to watch this weekend. The second college player that I'm very excited to watch during this fall classic is Taylor Marino, UNC goalie. Taylor Marino. Obviously North Carolina, they were America's team last year. They're still America's team. I have a very soft spot in my heart for North Carolina, but it's not just that. It's that Gussie Johns and Kaylee Waters, 2 unbelievably experienced goalies that I have so much respect for, 2 greats of our games. Gussie, if you remember, if you're a real one, remember, Gussie was my goalie when I was a freshman at USC. 2 legends, 2 people I have unbelievable respect for. So obviously my eye is going to be on somebody like Taylor, who's been around in the Team US, program for a while, but she's the 3rd goalie on this roster. It's down to 3 goalies, and she is one of them on this roster. I'm very excited to see how she performs. Obviously, again, the same thing with Sam. She's seen BC before. She's obviously seen what Boston College is going to give to her, is going to bring her. She played them multiple times last year. She'll play them again this spring. But especially with Team Canada, I'm just excited to see how Taylor responds to being on this big of the world stage, the Fall Classic 2021. I'm a big Taylor Marino fan, very high on Taylor. I think she's been the backbone of that UNC defense. UNC gets a lot of credit for their offense. They also get a lot of credit for their defense, but I think it's not even enough credit. UNC's defense is phenomenal. Defense wins championships. The Carolina defense, they are rock stars. I think Taylor's been a huge part of that. I'm excited to see how she stacks up this weekend. Now, for 2 pros. The first one is technically not a pro yet. She didn't play in this first season of AU, but as I imagine, she will in the future. Kerrigan Miller, friend of the program, Kerrigan Miller. If you remember, Kerrigan is one of my best friends from USC, from college. She's been on the Fly before as a guest when she was at North Carolina in her super senior 5th year COVID year. She is now a grad assistant at UNC. I texted her today. I called her coach. I'm so proud of her. But beyond her being a coach and a rock star and really hailing from Long Island, the hometown hero, she's still a player. And I think the reason I'm most excited to watch her in this Fall Classic is because she didn't play in AU. She had a very good year at North Carolina in her super senior COVID year. She blended in really well with that team. I thought she really found her footing throughout the season. This will be Kerrigan's first game in a while. A lot of these girls played AU. A lot of these girls are on college rosters right now. Kerrigan is AU caliber, will play in AU down the road, but she didn't this past summer, so she's had a little time to rest. She's very fast. She's very gritty. She's a dirty 30 type, midi, but she's got obviously insane offensive skills. I'm just very excited to see how she responds to that little bit of time off she got. You got to remember, storyline from the past, she did in fact lose to Boston College in the playoffs this past year. On Memorial Day at Towson, I was there, and so I'm excited to see maybe she gets a little chippy. I know she has a chip on her shoulder, and I think she'll have something to prove because she's got that BC storyline and the whole, she had a break during AU. So I'm just excited to see Kerrigan Miller, my dear friend, come out of the gates swinging this weekend in Sparks, Maryland. The fourth player that I'm featuring in this video and the final pro player that I'm most excited to watch, I'm going to stay up on Long Island, and I'm actually going to go over from Bayport over to Islip, and I'm going to talk about Kylie Ohlmiller, and here's why. We hear the name all the time. Kylie Ohlmiller, KO17, the eye black, the hype, the bobblehead, everything. She was a coach at Unleashed Overnight. Where is she not? She's everywhere. This girl is everywhere. But here's why I'm most excited to watch her. In college, we obviously saw what Kylie was capable of. She had 150 million goals every single year. Half of them were behind the backs, through the legs, around the worlds. Kylie dominated the conference. It wasn't even close. She's a beast. We know this, but we know this. But what I've been most excited about with her is watching her progress over her professional career. And that first summer after she graduated from college was that first WPLL season, and then there was another one after that, and then we've kind of had that little break in between where really the only thing these girls have been able to do is Team US. And then we had AU where Kylie shined. She dominated. She was a captain a couple times, I think. She finished in the top 5 in the leaderboard, if not top like 7, 8. She came out of college at Stony Brook where she dominated. She had the ball on her stick every single possession to start the play, every single possession. We played against them, believe me. I passed by the school where we played them today. We lost when I was a freshman. We played them, believe me. Every single time Stony Brook got the ball, Kylie started the play. She was the party starter. She obviously always finished the party as well because she was the one scoring all the goals. I think it's been exciting to watch her play with the top talent in the world. Obviously, we know she's one of the greats, but I'm just always so excited to watch her. So, very excited to watch Kylie. This weekend will be awesome. It'll be great. I'm going to be there Friday night. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there Saturday, but Team USA will be taking on Canada. We have that rivalry, that north-south thing going on, a lot of storylines there. Next, we have BC. Unfortunately for BC, BC will not have Charlotte North on their roster. That is very much an unfortunate thing for them. But people forget that Charlotte North didn't win the 2021 national championship. The Boston College University Eagles did. I'm excited to watch Rachel Hall get quality looks against quality players. I'm ecstatic for that. I think she's going to stand on her head and have a phenomenal game, as she always does. I've been hyping her up for a year now. I think Rachel Hall will be playing for the red, white, and blue one day. That is all for today's video. I'm stoked for this weekend's games. If you guys see me there, say hello, grab a picture. I am more than willing. Peace.